CJ Flyer back with the Fire, another YouTube video. In today's video, we have yet another NBA 2K24 My NBA Rebuild Restart Challenge, aka the Blow It Up Challenge, in which we take the 5 starters of an NBA team, trade them all away, and attempt to win an NBA championship within that same season. And in today's video, we're covering the Miami Heat, the former previous Eastern Conference finalists, or I guess finals champions, if you will, of the previous season that went ahead against the Denver Nuggets and failed to win the NBA Finals. So now we're coming in and we're saying blow it up. We already lost Max Strus, we lost Gabe Vincent. Time to blow up the rest of the team. So we're trading Jimmy Butler, we're trading Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. And then where's Kyle Lowry? There's Kyle Lowry. And then starting at power forward has been Haywood Highsmith. I gotta be honest, I've never heard of this guy before. Undrafted from Wheeling Jesuit University. Cannot say I have ever heard of this guy. He was on Miami's team the past couple years, and then before that he was in Philly. Seems like he had a couple years where he did not play on an NBA roster. So it's been kind of up and down for him, but last season he did put up some, decent, okay shooting stats, NBA bench player quality stats. Looking not too bad for 17 minutes per game, 18 minutes per game. But yeah, I gotta be honest, I've never heard of the guy. Even after the Miami Heat made the finals, just does not ring a bell. So we're going to go in once again. We've tried proposing trades before. Hasn't really worked out. So we're going to rely on the trade finder. Now, Jimmy Butler being a 95 overall, we need some really big returns in order to make it worth our while. Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams, that might be enough. We got power forward and center right there. That classic Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson trade package is available once again. We got Kyrie Irving popping up. As much as I'd like to keep Kevin Love, Josh Green is a good asset as well. So this is worth considering. Michael Bridges and Cameron Johnson. I mean, it's Drew Smith is just, I think it's just salary filler really, because I don't mind losing him. I see this more as like a 2-for-1 kind of trade. Cameron Johnson, Michael Bridges for Jimmy Butler, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon. That would be a great one. Brandon Ingram and Jonas Valanciunas, Pascal Siakam and Grady Dick. We got Şengün and Fred VanVleet. We got DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Simons. That would be a good one. And then I don't care about this trade. Okay, so the best one we're seeing right now, I would say, has got to be this Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon duo here. That's, in my opinion, the best offer that we are getting. With the other one, I would consider just to have Kyrie. That would be pretty cool. But I think this is probably our best chance. So let's go ahead, just start looking at some of these other offers for these other players, see if anything stands out. So if we go with the Denver Nuggets one, point guard and a power forward. This here, we'd get a shooting guard in Zach LaVine. Here we get Jared Allen, a center, Porzingis, Zubac, Jaren Jackson Jr. Oh my gosh, we get 2 centers for 1. I don't mind giving up that second round pick. That's totally fine with me. So, we're getting some good deals. Let's go ahead, because we've noticed in the past when we do one trade, it kind of ruins the trade offers we get from other teams. So let's go ahead. Let's do the Jimmy Butler deal first. Let's go in. Let's go over. Was there any others that we wanted to consider? Porzingis and Derek White. It's not bad, but not really a game changer in my opinion. So we're going in. We're doing this Jamal Murray trade. Let's go ahead. Nuggets have agreed to the offer. The 2 teams that made the finals making a blockbuster deal. Jimmy Butler and Jokic are now on the same team, but we got Jamal Murray and we've got Aaron Gordon. So I like what we got put together. So now we need shooting guard, small forward, and a center to round out the roster. Let's go back in once again, trade finder, Bam Adebayo, and see what pops up, if anything has changed. And so far, it looks like instead of Zach LaVine, we're getting an offer for DeMar DeRozan. That's, either one is fine with me. Jared Allen would be a good pickup, and Karis LeVert coming off the bench would be pretty nice. Porzingis, do I even need to say anything? Zubac, Jaren Jackson Jr., Here's that 2-for-1 again for the centers. We get both of Atlanta's centers for the one, center from the Miami Heat. This one, just to get the depth, I might actually consider this. Gordon Hayward, this Jalen Brunson package again. Other than that, I mean, we can keep going for Denver Nuggets players, I guess. But to be honest, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Schroeder and Jakob Poeltl just racking up 80-something overalls. Şengün and Fred VanVleet, Bradley Beal and Yusuf Nurkic. We'd also get rid of Kyle Lowry. He's another starter for the team. Karl-Anthony Towns, that might not be bad. Oh, and Naz Reid, I just noticed for Caleb Martin. He's not a starter, but okay, I might actually consider this one. I like Naz Reid. Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few of these I'm considering. We do have our point guard already. And then, wow, okay. So obviously Aaron Gordon is sort of, the power forward. I don't think I'd put him in at small forward. So what we could do is we could put Karl-Anthony Towns at center, Naz Reid off the bench, or Aaron Gordon off the bench. Just something. Something would happen. This one is another one we would consider, I guess, although, I don't know. I like this one here. I like this Karl-Anthony Towns deal. I like it the most. I don't know. I just value Naz Reid so much, even though he's only an 81 overall in 2K. I'm a believer. What can I say? I'm a huge believer. This one actually would also be a good deal, too. It's just then we have Jamal Murray and VanVleet, and I don't really like that pairing a whole lot, to be quite honest. But I guess as far as value, we get, Josh Richardson, VanVleet. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult. I don't know. I like this one so much, but bigs are also easy to come by too, aren't they? So let's go with this one. We're going with the VanVleet and Şengün trade. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. Okay, so now we got Jamal Murray, we got Aaron Gordon, we got Şengün, we got VanVleet, and we still have Tyler Hero to trade. We still have Kyle Lowry to trade and Haywood Highsmith. All right. Next up, Tyler Hero. What is in the trade finder for us? We got Tobias Harris and Kelly Oubre Jr. So right now we have both guards and we have a power forward and a center, I think, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what we have. I don't know why I went back that far. Okay, so really, small forward would be nice. So I guess this Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre Jr. package works out all right. Chris Middleton, that would be a good one. I'd be cool with that. Oh, okay. We'd have to give up VanVleet, but we would get. I kind of like this better. Although clearly the Zach LaVine DeMar DeRozan pairing in 2K didn't fare so well for us with the Atlanta Hawks simulation challenge, so I don't know that it's going to work very well. Porzingis, okay, that might be worth considering. We got Zubac, we got Marcus Smart. Any other good ones, though? Any other big blockbuster deals? Claxton, we got Michael Porter Jr., Buddy Hield, Brandon Ingram for Tyler Hero straight up, 1-to-1. That might be worth considering. OG Anunoby, Bam Adebayo, get him right back. Bradley Beal, and Yusuf Nurkic. Okay, Lou Dort, Malcolm Brogdon. A lot of the same names we've been seeing. So far, I mean, I kind of like this one just because I'd rather have Zach LaVine as the shooting guard over Fred VanVleet. That's just my personal preference. I don't know. I'd like to have the scorer rather than, VanVleet's a scorer. He's just on the shorter end, right? He's 6 feet tall. So I kind of like this one better. Middleton would not be bad. And look, okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to give this one more shot. This Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan pairing. We're giving it one more chance, all right? Give me a break. So we got Jamal Murray, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Aaron Gordon, and Şengün as the starting 5. And we still have Kyle Lowry and Haywood Highsmith to trade away. So let's go ahead, pop those two guys into the trade finder. and get some filler pieces. Right now, point guards, Kyle Lowry will be trading him away. We would need a backup point guard. RJ Hampton, I guess he can be the backup, but yeah, he's kind of not really hitting what his expectations were coming into the league. Duncan Robinson, of course, backup small forward. Jaime Jaquez Jr., a backup forward as well. We got plenty of backup forwards. Caleb Martin, you got Jovic, and then we have Thomas Bryant as a backup center. So I would say we're pretty good on the bigs. It's really just the guards. We need some backup guards. So let's go back in Trade Finder again. Kyle Lowry, we need you to provide us with a guard. So this trade would not do that. Jonathan Isaac and Joe Ingles, nope, not interested. Ben Simmons, we could get Ben Simmons off the bench in Miami. That would be something. And Dennis Smith Jr., shout out to the former Maverick. Bertans, no thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. We'd have Ben Simmons coming off the bench. That's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. And then for Haywood Highsmith, what's the offers we got for him? We got 25 to look through. Okay, Cameron Payne. That would be one worth considering. Who else? Anyone else? Ish Smith, Chris Dunn. No. What else we got going on here? Kevin Knox, no thank you. Boban. That's not exactly a backup guard. Okay, that's pretty much it. So we'd probably go with the Cameron Payne trade. Maybe the Ish Smith one. Yeah, we would go with the Cameron Payne trade for sure. That's a no-brainer. So going back to Kyle Lowry and looking at those offers, I mean, let's do it. It's going for Ben Simmons. Why not? So interesting looking roster. Now we got Ben Simmons coming off the bench with the second unit. All right, let's go ahead and make that trade for Haywood Highsmith and get ready to go into the simulation. And yeah, there we go. So Cameron Payne once again. Sam Hauser, I think he can shoot threes, but I mean, honestly, whoever we get is probably not going to get a lot of playing time. All right, the trade has been accepted. This is the roster. So Jamal Murray is going to be starting. Let's go into the rotations here. Jamal Murray, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Aaron Gordon, and Şengün. And then off the bench, the sixth man is Caleb Martin. And then we got Duncan Robinson. Ben Simmons is only getting 18 minutes per game. I mean, if he progresses, then I'm sure he'll get bumped up. Cameron Payne, and then it looks like Thomas Bryant is not getting any playing time, so I guess Ben Simmons is going to come in as a center. That would be my assumption. You got Dennis Smith Jr. and some other decent players, good players that they're not showing as getting any minutes here, but I think they could potentially get some. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and start simulating the season. Okay, Luka Doncic wins the MVP, nearly getting a triple-double. He had 9 assists, so 1 short. He also got 1.5 steals per game, shooting 46% from three-point and getting over 30 points per game. Once again, Rookie of the Year, you already know, don't need to say it. Chris Paul winning 6th Man of the Year. Nick Claxton getting Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved, Naz Reid, who we had considered getting in a trade and ended up not doing. And then Clutch Player of the Year, Luka once again. Darvin Ham, Coach of the Year for the Los Angeles Lakers, getting the #1 seed in the West. And also Executive of the Year going to the Lakers. They must have done something to get ahead of the pack. No Miami Heat players here for the All-NBA team, first or second. And then third team, we have Jimmy Butler with the honors for the Denver Nuggets. Going to the defensive team, again, not seeing anyone from the Miami Heat. So let's go ahead and proceed, go over to the standings and see how the team fared. And once again, barely making the playoffs, getting the 6th seed with 46 wins. We were on track to get 50 and then lost like a bunch of games like heading into April. I mean, it was just an awful look. But yeah, sitting tight with the Boston Celtics and the Bucks in the standings. And then the #1 seed in the East is the Philadelphia 76ers. Chicago Bulls getting the 2 seed, Knicks getting the 3 seed. And it looks like the Nets missed the playoffs. The Hawks barely made it with the play-in. Let's go over to the Western Conference where the Lakers are the #1 seed, Warriors #2, and the Nuggets who have some of the Miami Heat players now, aka Jimmy Butler. They finished with the 3rd seed, getting 48 wins. And then teams that missed the playoffs completely, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves once again missing the playoffs. Everything else, honestly, I mean, the Kings is a little bit surprising, but otherwise, everything's about as I'd expect, except for maybe the Suns, getting the play-in and not the playoffs. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and now look at some of these stats here. Zach LaVine led the team in scoring with 24 points per game. Jamal Murray with 22 points per game and 7 assists. DeMar DeRozan with 18.5 points per game. And it looks like he shot 32% from 3, but he did get 55% from the field, so I'll take it. Aaron Gordon, 13.5 points per game. Şengün, 11 points per game with 10 rebounds and a steal and a block. All in all, pretty good stats from him. We got Duncan Robinson contributing, Cameron Payne contributing, Caleb Martin contributing, all in the scoring column. Ben Simmons, he did get 9 starts throughout the year, averaged 20 minutes per game, and not the most impressive stats. He did shoot 54% from the field, and it looks like he took some 3-pointers, ended up shooting 28.6% from 3. Would have liked to see him, wiggle his way in to get some more minutes, but nonetheless, looks like he did get a few starts, so good for him nonetheless. And then if we go over to the Denver Nuggets, again, Jimmy Butler got on the All-NBA 3rd team, and he averaged 20 points per game with 6 rebounds, 7 assists, putting on some monster stats right alongside of Jokic, who nearly averaged a triple-double as well. Yeah, looking real good for the Denver Nuggets. And then, of course, the Chicago Bulls being led by Tyler Hero with 22 points per game, getting 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Great job by him. Also with the 43% three-point percentage. And then Fred VanVleet, we kind of relayed him from Houston to Miami to Chicago. And he also contributed, getting 16 points per game. Bam Adebayo with 20 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. That's a monster stat line. And he shot over 50% from 3. Are you kidding me? Okay, he only averaged 0.2 attempts per game, so I guess that percentage doesn't mean a whole lot. But nonetheless, doing a great job leading the team and fitting it right in alongside Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Dylan Brooks. Yeah, I mean, perfect piece for this team, filling in for Şengün and Fred VanVleet. So good for Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry was able to start for all 75 games that he played, getting 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. His shooting percentage had, left much to be desired, but nonetheless, getting some quality playing time. Considering his age. And then, of course, the last player we traded to the Milwaukee Bucks for Cameron Payne is Haywood Highsmith. He only played in 35 games for the season, did not start a single one, averaged 5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Nothing really to talk about there. So let's go ahead now, simulate the play-in. See who's our matchup. It's going to be the New York Knicks in the first round, and their roster is looking like it's pretty much the same, although they did acquire Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. So their bench squad is looking pretty nice with him in the rotation. So we'll see how that's going to affect things as we start simulating here, winning game 1, losing game 2, winning game 3. Come on, let's there we go, up 3-1. And winning the first round in 5 games, 4-1 against the New York Knicks. Go ahead and simulate the rest of the round. And the second round matchup is going to be none other than the 2-seed Chicago Bulls, which, again, they have Fred VanVleet, and they also have Tyler Hero. That's who we traded to them. They still have Caruso, Patrick Williams, Vucevic, and then Lonzo Ball is no longer injured in this simulation. And then the Bulls signed Kevin Porter Jr., whatever. All right. Oh, they got JaVale McGee too. Interesting. So quite the roster they have put together. Let's go ahead and start simulating these games. And also to keep in mind that the Bulls won their first round series against the 7-seed Toronto Raptors in 7 games. So that provides good odds for us as we've gone ahead up 2-1 now. Up 3-1. And let's see. There we go. Winning in 5 once again. The Miami Heat making the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back years as a low seed, a 6 seed now instead of an 8 seed. And over on the other side, like I told you, the Bucks and the Celtics, they're always coming in as low seeds and coming out on top. So let's go ahead and simulate the rest of this round. And the Milwaukee Bucks are indeed going to be the matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals. And over on the other side, it's the Lakers and the Thunder. Let's go ahead and start simulating some games. Miami winning game 1, winning game 2, looking good so far, up 2-1. Okay, up 3-1. Can we get it in 5 again? No. We lose game 5. Oh no. Going to a game 7. We're going to have to go into the Simcast year. The winner of this series is going to face the Los Angeles Lakers, so let's get it started. Miami so far up on top, neck and neck. Milwaukee now has got the lead. It's a pretty close game, but Milwaukee does have the edge. Oh my goodness, they just went on a huge run. And it looks like that's going to be it. Milwaukee winning this one by 12 points. LeBron James gets the Western Conference Finals MVP. Damian Lillard over in the East with 39 points per game in the series. Oh my goodness, he was not going to let the Heat take that away from him. That is for sure. Lakers Bucks in the finals. We'll go ahead and simulate that. And the Los Angeles Lakers get yet another NBA championship, putting them on top above the Celtics for the most championships in NBA history. LeBron James almost averaging a triple-double there with 25 points, 9.9 rebounds, and 9.4 assists per game. Congratulations to them, and unfortunately not able to make the finals with this team, but still a good run considering that we were the 6th seed in the regular season. So let me know in the comments down below. Would you have gone for that Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan package again, or would you have gone for a different trade? Let me know. And once again, like and subscribe for more NBA 2K24 My NBA Rebuild Challenge videos. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.